Okay, the gentleman that has us on Zoom with Galaxy, is that Galaxy 57?
Yes,
Sir,
Robert
what
Adam Goff.
golf?
Yes,
Okay. Mr. Goff, your attorney is not here at the time, so just put your mic on mute. And then when we're ready for your case, we'll call you. You can take it off of mute.
okay, thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, we're on the record in cause number 328196, the state of Texas versus Dennis Vernon Wise. Would you please go get Mr. Wise?
I can, Judge, he's right outside. Yes.
We're on the record in cause number 328196, the state of Texas versus Dennis Vernon Wise II. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir, it is.
How you doing, Mr. Wise?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Wise, your case is on the court's announcement docket. You're represented by attorney Brent Turk. Mr. Turk, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Turk, you have an announcement you'd like to make in this case?
Judge, Mr. Wise would like to go to trial.
Okay, give us the trial date.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Okay, case set for October 18th. Mr. Turk, you can get your reset, and Mr. Wise, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day, and Mr. Turk, I think this is your only case?
It is, Judge, thank you.
Okay, and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you.
Okay, you can stand up there.
I'll meet you. Yes. Thank you.
Who is that? We're on the record in cause number 324186. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Ashan Buck.
Yes, sir.
Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
H.M. Buck.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Buck?
Bless my best.
That's good, Mr. Buck. I see here the last time you appeared in court, you would have hired an attorney.
Yeah.
Did you hire your attorney?
No, Mr. Spartan was hired. I had a attorney that appointed to me.
He had an appointed attorney? Hold on a minute.
Uh,
Okay. Oh, is that where he is?
Ms. Peraza, put your mic on mute.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Pearson, what you just handed, the standard bond conditions of county court at law number 2, I will go over these conditions with you. Do you see that? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go over these conditions with you. It says, following the arrest and or accusation in county court at law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time and as directed by the court. The court may revoke and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs or alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Condition number 3. Now, let me back up. Do you understand that condition, number 2? All right, number 3. Defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim, Cherie Logan. Do you understand that condition? Now, do you understand all of these conditions that I just read to you? All right. Now, condition number 4 only applies in a DWI case. Your case is not a DWI case, so it doesn't apply to you. All right. So, Mr. Pearson, you indicated to the court that you're in the process of hiring an attorney, and we're going to reset this case. Now, how much time do you need to finish?
Months ago.
130 days. Okay, so we're going to reset your case 30 days to give you opportunity to hire that attorney. All right. Now, Mr. Pearson, if you fail to obey the conditions of this bond, your bond can't be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, warrant will be issued for your arrest, and you can be placed in jail. Do you understand that? All right. Stand over there on the far end on the X in front of the court coordinator, and she'll reset your case. And once you reset your case, you'll be free to go. And yeah, his bond condition, and you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Jimmy Doss? Yes. Hey, Mr. West. You can get all of your clients.
I only have one more right there.
Okay. We're on the record in cause number 321234. The case is filed with State of Texas versus Jimmy Lee Doss Jr. Mr. Doss, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Doss?
Doing good. What about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Doss, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. John West. Mr. West, how are you doing?
Doing good, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. West, do you have an announcement you'd like to make to Mr. Doss?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to be placed on either a plea docket or another announcement docket. The offer that's on the table for this case is trying to pay back the restitution. He's been working together that up, but he doesn't have it all today just yet. We were hoping.
How
we'd
much
have it
time does he need?
today. He said about 30 days.
30 days to be
Yes.
fine? Okay. Let's reset him 30 days. Put it on a plea docket. That'll be fine.
And hopefully if we get the restitution, the case will be dismissed. So,
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be 6/21. Okay, Mr. West, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, your client will be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
Hey, okay. Yeah, Mr. West, you got to sign. Pamela Neal. We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 327957. The second case is cause number 329321. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Pamela Neal. Is that what is it, Pamela Wynell Neal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Miss Neal?
I'm blessed, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Miss Neal, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. West. Mr. West, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in
Yes,
Miss
Your
Neal
Honor, the state
cases?
has made an offer in this case. We are rejecting the offer and requesting to be placed in trial.
Trial docket, okay, reset it for trial. Okay, it's gonna be reset to October 18th. You can get your reset. Ms. Neal, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And I thank Mr. West, this will conclude your cases.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, you'll be free to go after you reset and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's go. We got somebody ready on the. I thought we had somebody on the, oh, they must be, we sent something back. Oh, they
Your Honor,
sent- Huh?
there was paperwork that was submitted to us, but there's not an agreement on that case. So I can't sign off on the paperwork that was sent to me.
Okay. So, who's that? Is that it? That's Mr., I guess, Mr. Lawrence, you probably need to get with the prosecutor.
Was that what she just?
Mr. Lawrence has sent us several emails, and I don't know if we would be getting with us today is going to change anything.
Your Honor, what I had planned on doing, if they took a position like this, I have here her hospital. This is all stuff from her hospital records.
Okay, now, Mr. Lawrence,
I'm just going to admit these as an exhibit for the court to study.
and
you will see why we're
first of
taking
all,
our
Mr.
position.
Lawrence, we hadn't even called your case. I mean, you just started talking. I just looked at here and saw a case that was missing. You talking about admitted as an exhibit? We hadn't even opened up a hearing or a trial. How you gonna admit something if you haven't?
Well, now, I had talked to Ray about this case, and he said they were going to go unagreed. And now she's
Hold on,
saying,
what you saying? The state is,
I have also talked with Ray, and you're not going to play the game where you're going to go back and forth between prosecutors, Mr. Lawrence. We are not going to agree to anything without a full agreement on the case. So either it's 100% unagreed, or we can take the offer that's been given.
I was told they were going to
Announce a trial.
community service. That's what I was told.
well, I
All
mean,
right.
I think they are, from what I'm hearing is, she didn't say that. Okay, so, you need to, maybe take some time to decide what you want to do, and then we'll come back to your case, okay?
Would you like? for me to
Based
go
on,
up and
based
see
on,
her, or-
well, if that's what you want to do, I can't tell you what I would like you to do. That's the decision you have to make.
But she's busy with you right now.
Well, I mean, we got two prosecutors on our Zoom, so, okay.
All right, well, if you want to wait a little bit, but it's still necessary, you still need to see this.
Well, I don't need to see anything if we're not in trial or not in evidence. And you know, as an attorney, there are ways to get evidence in. And one of the ways of not getting evidence in is just handing it to the judge. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Okay, so just, we'll call your case at a later time. At this time,
We'll be here.
we're going to call, we go to the emotion to revoke probation docket. We have Jasmine Victoria who's appearing via Zoom. Ms. Victoria,
Yes, sir.
okay, your attorney is in court.
Oh, I'm not.
No, that's our attorney. Yeah, I knew you with the probation office. Okay, so, so we're on the record in cause number 304430. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jasmine Victoria. Ms. Victoria is appearing via Zoom. Ms. Victoria, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Ms. Victoria, you're here represented by attorney Todd LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, how are you?
That's good. And we have the probation officer here representing Jefferson County Probation Office. We have a prosecutor, I guess this is Ms. Ramos, who is representing the district attorney's office. Sir, what's your name?
Eric Bankston.
Eric Bankston? Okay, and we have Eric Bankston, who is from the Jefferson County Probation Office. Now, Mr. Bankston, does the probation office have a recommendation in this case? I'm looking at the case, it says something about pay a balance of 513 and 50 hours of community service. Was that the agreement?
I paid the 513.
All her fees are paid as of this date, and the recommendation of probation is reset for 30 days for her to complete her service.
Okay, yeah, okay. So Ms. Ramos, are you in agreement with the recommendation from the probation office?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. LeBlanc?
Well, it depends on my client, if she's in agreement.
Okay, Ms. Bankston, excuse me, Ms. Victoria?
Yes, sir.
The probation officer, Mr. Bankston, stated that you paid your balance of 513, and you still have a remaining, you have some community service hours that's still remaining. They are recommending that your case be reset 30 days to give you an opportunity to complete your community service.
Yes, sir. That's perfect.
Okay. All right. So case is going to be reset 30 days to give Ms. Victoria an opportunity to complete a community service. Give us a date.
June 11th.
Okay. So Ms. Victoria, you'll have until our next court date is June 11th. You'll have until then to complete your remaining hours. And she wanted to complete all the remaining hours of community service?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had to complete the remaining hours of community service.
Judge, may I answer?
Yes, Ms. Victoria, Mr. LeBlanc would like to ask you a question, your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are you responsible for small children? Didn't you just have a baby?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you're able to complete these community service hours?
And that's what I had wanted to ask. Is it a way that I can maybe pay off the community service? Because I have a small baby and I have a toddler that I'm in my full custody, like 24/7.
Through probation, you can buy like Walmart gift cards and buy off your probation.
Would she have to talk to her probation officer about
Yes,
that?
my probation officer told me, Ms. Jennifer Reeves said that it's okay if I can pay it, that I have to ask the judge.
No, I think the probation officer is the one who, that's the program that they have. And so you have
Okay,
to-
well, I guess she just wanted me to get your, like it's okay for me to do that. So I'll talk to her.
Yeah, that's up to the probation department. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just stay in contact with your probation officer. And at this time, your case is going to be reset to June 11th of 2021 to give you an opportunity to complete your community service hours. You can, your attorney is going to get a copy to reset in court. And Ms. Victoria, stay in contact with your attorney and your probation officer. This will conclude your case and you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you so much.
So I'm clear, she's paid all the money she owes them, right? She doesn't owe any more money. 30 hours community service they want now, right?
This community service, I don't know how many hours.
Just community service.
It's gonna be reset for 30 days. You can get your reset, Mr. LeBlanc.
Thank you, Judge.
Once you get the reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
I got one more.
Oh, you have another one? Okay. Okay. Why don't you go ahead on and get Mr. Joseph? Okay. Okay, we're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 327-888, and the second case is cause number 327-960. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Jaden Joseph. We have Mr. Joseph. Is that your full name? Okay. How are you doing, Mr. Joseph? That's good. Now, Mr. Joseph, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Todd LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc, you have an announcement you'd like to make, Mr. Joseph's case?
And Judge, this isn't on the TRB docket.
No, it's an announcement docket.
He's made a request that I've conveyed to the prosecutor, and I believe that, at this point, we may be at an impasse because, they're not agreeing to, reducing it in any way, from what I understand. So, I don't know if the court wants to set it.
No, you tell me what you want. If you want to set for trial, we'll set it for trial. Or whatever you want, you know.
Judge, yeah, we can set it on the trial docket if we dispose of it.
Oh, let me do this here. Let me put it on the pretrial docket,
Okay.
pretrial conference docket before we get to trial. Okay.
Okay.
Give us a date. 6/21. Okay, your case is gonna be reset to June 21st of 2021. Mr. LeBlanc is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from Mr. LeBlanc, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBlanc, once you get your reset, you will be free to go as well. And you have a blessed
Thank
day.
you.
All right. I think we got this. Okay, we're gonna cut Howard Garvin. What you call Howard Garvin? We on the record in cause number 326-462. Cases style of State of Texas versus Howard Dylan Garvin. We have Mr. Garvin, present in court, his attorney, Ms. Lori Perazzo is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Garvin, how are you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Ms. Perazzo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Perazzo, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Garvin's case?
Yes, sir. I believe that Ashley and I have come to an agreement. We spoke prior to today, and they have agreed to reduce his charge to a JP reduction, and we're just waiting for instructions on how he needs to resolve that.
And Ms. Barrazo, I did receive your voicemail this morning, and I sent you an email telling you which JP court the reduction's been filed in.
Okay, I apologize. I didn't look at my email.
Okay.
No worries. I sent it right before court, so you would have just got it.
Okay, perfect.
Ms. Perazzo, how much time do you need?
Well, I get maybe just a couple of weeks.
Okay. What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks is fine? Okay, give us a date for 2 weeks. Just do it on, it's gonna be, just put it on announcement docket, I guess. Okay, it's gonna be reset till May 21st of 2021.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Ms.
Thank you.
Perazzo, We're gonna send you your reset in the mail. Well, no, it's gonna be sent to you. Once you get your reset, well, your reset will be sent to, so you're free to go. I think this is your only case. And you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ger,
Thank you.
you're welcome, Mr. Gervin. You're gonna get your reset in court. Just go over there to the court coordinator. It's gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right. Let's see. Renee. Matthew Klaus.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. See if he has, I can get something here.
Judge, I know Ms. Ramos is on via video, but I have the discovery certification for both of you to sign.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I didn't know he was asleep. Okay.
Can I present that to you?
No, yeah, you can give it to her. She prints it off. Yeah,
Yeah,
you did.
I had everything ready.
Okay. Uh-oh, you was in it? I think she was still in the file. You gotta sign it. And
Oh, I'm
date
sorry, Judge.
it, date it too. All right. We're on the record in cause number 328-564. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Matthew Boyd Klaus. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Klaus, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Klaus, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down, Mr. Klaus. How are you doing, Mr. Klaus?
Good, you?
That's good. Mr. Klaus, the information in this case states that you're charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, it alleges that on or about December 3rd of 2020, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, the information further alleges that prior to the commission of this offense, that you, Matthew Boyd Klaus, on November 6th of 2019, in County Court of Law number 2 in Harris County, Texas, and cause number 223093101010, that you was convicted of the misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated prior to the commission of this offense. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And to the charge of driving while intoxicated, second, Mr. Klaus, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you're guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Klaus, I have before me a document that is titled, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of this same document, Mr. Klaus, there are a set of initials, MC, on the line next to a box that's checked guilty. Are these your initials?
Yes.
And on the next page of the same document, page 3, there's a signature at the top above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
And there's another document here. This document is titled the Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Klaus, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
Is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
yes,
There's one box that's checked at the top of this document. That box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
yes,
I have another document here. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
yes,
And is this your signature above the line that says defendant?
yes.
Now, Mr. Klaus, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Not today.
Oh, did he ever go over the documents?
Yes,
These documents?
yes,
Okay. And did you read these documents yourself?
yes,
And did you understand what you read?
yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes,
to the best of your knowledge?
yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no objection from the
Okay,
defense.
no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rennick,
Yes, Your Honor.
you've advised and counseled Mr. Klaus.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Klaus, your attorney, Mr. Rennick, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
yes.
Okay. Mr. Klaus, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's for 72 hours upfront jail time to begin today at 12 p.m. 1 year over 2 years probation, $1,000 fine, 100 hours community service, the repeat DWI education course, drug and alcohol assessment, and an interlock.
Mr. Klaus, the state is offering that you serve 1 year in the Jefferson County Jail. However, that jail time will be probated for 2 years. So you'll be on probation for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 and court costs of $422. That comes to a total of fine and court costs of $1,422. You will also be required to pay $60 of probation fees each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required to pay a Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, the total amount of your monthly installments will be $140 a month. Mr. Klaus, would you be able to pay the $140 a month?
Yes,
Now, Mr. Klaus, you will also be required to perform 100 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class and alcohol assessment. I think the repeat class is supposed to be in here. Okay, you'll be required to you'll be required to attend the drug and alcohol, have a drug and alcohol assessment, attend the DWI repeat education class. You will also be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. And you must serve 72 hours in the Jefferson County Jail beginning today at 12 p.m. And you would also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Klaus, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes.
Okay, Mr. Klaus, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Klaus, just have a seat in the gallery. She still has some paperwork to complete. Once she complete that paperwork, she'll call you and your attorney up to sign it. She's ready? Okay, you can stand on the X and just follow her directions. Once you finish the paperwork, Mr. Klaus, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Rennick, it's nice seeing you.
Good
And
seeing you, Judge.
you have a blessed day as well.
You too, sir.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Cross, I just need your signature. You won't be able to see it, but I can.
Stop him, go out this other door. That
No,
door's
lost,
locked.
sir, I'm sorry.
Dominique Grayson.
Morning.
Morning. We're on the record in cause number 328-254. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Dominique Denise Grayson. Is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Ms. Grayson? That's good, Ms. Grayson. You're here with your attorney, Mr. Bruce Smith. Mr. Smith, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, Your Honor. The state and I have reached an agreement where Ms. Grace is going to pay a $500 fine plus whatever it will cost. She needs at least 30 days to be able to accumulate that money.
Okay, would 30 days be enough time?
Yes.
Okay, let's reset it for 30.
On pretrial.
Plea docket, yeah.
621.
Okay, it's gonna be reset till,
It seems like he was like, this just sucks. And I was like, hey, who's that?
it's gonna be reset to June 21st of 2021 and that's gonna be reset for a plea.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Grayson, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Smith, I think this is your only case, so once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Keisha Hickman. Okay, Ms. Hickman. Let's see, case is set on the case. Have you been in the court before in this case?
Yes, sir, you have reset it.
Okay, and then it was reset for you to hire an attorney or?
No, you just reset it to come back today.
Oh, okay, I think I remember this. It was that one on the DWI case. Ms. Ramos?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think this was that case that had a reset. Yeah, I think you had offered her, you gave her, I think she's pro se, isn't it? Could you look up her plea papers?
Yes, Your Honor, this is the one where I'd offered her, she's pro se, and I had offered her deferred probation. If I could have a moment to come down and talk with her for a moment.
That's fine. Just have a seat. She's gonna come down and talk to you. We're on the record in cause number 324-186. The case is style of State of Texas versus Ashton Buck. We have Mr. Buck who's appearing in court. Mr. Buck attorney is Mr. Peter Dahl. Mr. Dahl was not given notice of this hearing, so therefore this case will be reset. Now, Mr. Buck, you're gonna get your case is gonna be reset. Your attorney's name is on the reset. You need to get in contact with your attorney. Okay?
Well, some kind of way, can we exempt this case today?
Mr. Buck, you're represented by an attorney, and your attorney has to address when you're represented by an attorney, you have to go through your attorney.
Who is that guy?
Okay. His name is Peter Dahl. You're gonna get it, we're going to give you a paper with his name and phone number and everything, all the information you need to contact him.
Yes, sir.
All right, so just stand on the X, you get your reset with that paperwork, and you'll be free to go.
Sir, can I say something?
Well, now, I think, first of all, I must advise you that you have a right against self-incrimination. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Yes, sir.
You are represented by an attorney, and you need to go through your attorney, all right? Just stand over there and get your reset.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you free to go. Have a blessed day.
This way, Mr. Booker.
Yes.
Morning, Judge.
Yeah. Okay, we're on the record in cause number 327450. The case is filed the state of Texas versus Robert Adam Goff. We have Mr. Goff appearing via Zoom, and we have Mr. Goff attorney, Mr. Dustin Galmore, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Goff, how are you doing?
I'm good this morning, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Now, Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. Thanks for asking.
Oh, that's good. Mr. Galmore, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Goff's case?
Yes, Your Honor. We respectfully request to put it on the trial docket.
Okay, just hold on for your reset date, trial date.
Thank you. And I believe that's the only case I have today, Your Honor.
Yes, your trial date is going to be October 18th. Mr. Goff, your trial date is October 18th. Stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case, Mr. Goff. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day, and thanks for being patient with us. And Mr. Galmore, your reset will be sent to you it will be sent to you, and this will conclude your case as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too, Judge. You have a great weekend.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a blessed weekend.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Did we? Okay, that's. Okay, do we have, Stacy Tomplate didn't show up, right? That was reset? Okay. Okay, we'll be in recess.